Hello, this is Flaxmans down on the Great Ocean Road past the 12 Apostles from Melbourne Way. Gary supervised me on the day. The winds were quite low that day, 8 to 9 knots, but when they came up to 12 knots, it was time to fly. The sheer ridge lifts the wind almost straight up, and there's considerable turbulence atop the ridge. So it was tricky. The winds were low, and yes, it was definitely challenging to stay up. I had to keep reading the clouds to understand the lulls and gusts coming through, and so that was kind of interesting as well. Oh, and it's strictly top landing only out here because, well, it's a long way up from the beach. Look at that gorgeous water. Right, so this is the point that I came in for a landing because I thought I was a bit too low. I think I was scratching at about 120 feet above launch. And so you're supposed to do a left-hand turn and come in deep enough over the landing paddock to land. But as you can see, I ran out of paddock, so it was time to go back onto the ridge and gain some more height and come back. And so according to Gary, you need at least 200 feet to come in for a landing here because there's quite a bit of a wind gradient. So you've got to really come in fast through that wind gradient, otherwise, well, you just end up crashing into the ridge or something. So it was time to go around again. But luckily for me, if you can see that dark cloud on the left, well, it came in and brought a bit more wind, and then I didn't have to come in and land for a while. I ended up staying up in the air for about an hour. Yeah, so all the while my eyes were on that black cloud, just watching it, just hoping that it would come in fast enough. Okay, you can now fast forward to 8 minutes to look at the landing, or continue watching for some slow hang gliding on these beautiful cliffs. Alright, it's time for a landing now. So you're meant to do a left turn just about here and come in deep through the landing paddock, which is right next to the road. I guess you can land pretty much anywhere, but yeah, closer to launch the better, because there's less rotor and the cliff at that point is a bit more rounded, so the air's a bit smoother up front here. So it's just doing a few S-turns to just lose a little bit of altitude at that point. 2 were enough because I could feel myself just coming through the wind gradient pretty quickly. Time to put on some speed and come in through that wind gradient, because there was quite a bit of gradient there. And in for a smooth landing. I was quite impressed with that. I was quite anxious that it was going to be a hard landing because I've seen a few bad landings out here. So I'm quite happy that I came down nice and safe.